Let's go to question 3. Where Don says, I have assumed that the reason that so many wanderers and those harvested third density entities who have been transferred here find it a privilege and an exceptionally beneficial time to be incarnate upon this planet is that the effect that I just spoke of gives them the opportunity to be more fully of service because of the increased seeking. Is this, in general, correct? Ra says, this is the intention which wanderers had prior to incarnation. There are many wanderers whose dysfunction with regard to the planetary ways of your peoples have caused to some extent a condition of being caught up in a configuration of mind complex activity which, to the corresponding extent, may prohibit the intended service. Oh yes, let's talk about this. So, Don says, okay, given the what I just said before about the environment in which we are right now of fourth density, where people are increasing their seeking because they're waking up, whether that be wanderers or fourth density activated body graduates, dual activated bodies, that would be, or humans, or any other kind of soul in their different levels of progression. All of them who have been under the veil are now, and I believe there is a higher sensitivity, of course, to those who have, again, to use a cliche, to those who have seen the light in their soul progression, there is a sensitivity for them to have a rather early awakening, as opposed to the people who haven't even opened their hearts. And there are a great many people like that in our planet, as we can intuitively sense. But these people are going to be more sensitive to, I'm talking about all the other soul progressed people. They're going to have a more sensitive, let's say, aura for the veil to be penetrated. Yes? And so, thinking of that, and in that environment, the people who are waking up, then the wanderers, that's what they wanted. You know, they wanted people to wake up. Nobody can wake up another person, right? Person needs to wake up by itself. So wanderers, in essence, they were just waiting for this opportunity. Guess what? We are in here right now. And this is why I encourage everybody to start communicating, to start speaking. Let me say something, and this comes, from friend to friend, from brother to brother and sister. There is something that we all want to do, and because of different reasons, society, culture, our own insecurities and so on, that are built on layer upon layer on ourselves, we don't do it. And this is the service that we freely give. Freely meaning that we don't have to do anything special, we don't have to learn anything, we just have to be ourselves. And I think this is the greatest service we can provide, to be ourselves. So I encourage everybody really to do that, because you don't have to be, a spiritual influencer just to give, if that's even a thing. I'm sure it is. Spoken in that language, I'm sure it resonates with some people. So you don't have to be that to be of service to others. But it is for sure that you have to be who you are. You cannot keep pretending, to be something. And that goes into getting to know yourself in so many aspects. So I think this is the service. This is what wanderers were waiting for. Now, what Ra is saying, and to further reinforce my comment and my advice and my encouragement, they say, well, first of all, this is the intentions. This is the intention which wanderers had prior to incarnation. So all wanderers said, let's go of be of service to those who are seeking, to those seekers, because the seeker hasn't found what it's looking for. So wanderers are there to guide. They continue saying, there are many wanderers whose dysfunction with regard to the planetary ways of your peoples have caused. Basically, there are wanderers who are so sensitive to the dysfunctions of our society, to some extent, have a condition of being caught up in a configuration of mind complex activity, which to the corresponding extent may prohibit the intended service. So basically, wanderers who are so affected in so many ways, and I won't get into all the possibilities of this because it's just it's too intense. Not intense. Well, it is intense, but it's too. The variety is too. It's enormous. But the common denominator here is that wanderers become numbed by the dysfunction of society, by the friction of who they are and what they see out there. It's a tough planet for sensitive wanderers. It's a tough planet for people who are very much in the heart, and even those who are a lot of wisdom. So it's a tough planet to be balanced into who you are, and I don't blame them. Ra has said that the majority of wanderers will not wake up, and to be of service you have to wake up, otherwise you don't even know what you're doing, meaning that if you don't wake up, you are lost. You're still, you're doing your service. Let me say this here too, and I don't mean to digress too much, but I think these are important reflections that I have seen over time after studying the raw material, the channels of Quo and all of that. Please take it with a grain of salt, interpret your own way, but I feel that for what I understand, there's this idea of wanderers becoming a little neurotic, or people who feel wanderers becoming neurotic because they say, what if I haven't woken up? What if I haven't done my service? Would I be stuck here in third density? And so it's a legitimate fear in terms that it's based on a very reasonable dynamics of energy, meaning that if you're caught in karma, then the most obvious solution for your karma is to reincarnate and solve your karma, right? So you will get involved in karma and so on. But first of all, a wanderer's main objective, as I have covered in sessions prior, so I'm not pulling this out of my ass. This is really what Ra said. The main purpose of wanderers is to simply exist, to simply be in the planet, because they alleviate the load of the planet. And that's it. You don't have to wake up. You don't have to do anything. And so that alone is very reassuring for all of us to say, okay, that's great. And second, and this is my speculation, is that if wanderers to be karmically involved, to repeat third density again, they would have to become something completely opposite to what they originally are. I don't deny that this is actually happening for a lot of wanderers, but I don't think it's that common. I think we're very tough on ourselves when it comes to this, and we're always thinking that we're doing the worst thing in the world. I eat too much ice cream. Am I going to repeat third density? No, I'm just kidding. We tend to be too critics of ourselves, and I think that actually exacerbates more our involvement in this third density. So relax the fear. Everything is fine. I do believe that those who get involved karmically have to be truly messed up, like completely start going towards the negative, and I don't think it's that common. I could be wrong, but that's just my reflection. So yes, this is possible. Wanderers may prohibit their intended service by simply being asleep, shall I say. And yeah, it will happen. That's okay. The only thing that you can worry about is now, you, nothing else. Not the future, not the past, not other people, but now and you.